I'm going to take you guys through basically prepping the camera, shooting it, developing the film, scanning the film, retouching the film, then doing a darkroom fiber print from the negative. Here's the camera, my trusty Tamrec. Yeah, so the whole camera fits in there. I'd only loaded 4 sheets, but that was good enough for just a quick little skate park session. This is the Graflex in my other video, kind of go in depth about it. It's pretty sick. I have some tape around the focus knob just to doesn't slip as much. Those are the shutter sounds. In the bag, I also got a Sekonic light meter. I have a focus checker for fine focus in the back because it does have an updated graph lock back, so you can always go to bulb mode and check your focus on the ground glass. So we went skating to South Pass. Daniel Shimizu was there, so we were like, let's go check out the spot that Clayton built down the street. So Daniel front boarded the new bank to ledge, and I shot like a portrait of him in the grass. So now we're back in my garage, taking the film out. I have it in like this icon bag, getting the chemicals out. Got my film in a nice little tray, try to keep the dust off. Here's my note sheet, my data sheet from the last time. Usually I shoot Rodinal 1 to 50, and today I wanted to do it at 1 to 25. I knew I shot the photos dark. I was just rushing, and I'm pretty sure I shot the shutter speed at around 1/500th, and the meter said like 1/60th, but I really wanted to try to like get as sharp as a photo as possible because he's getting like sliding. So I was just kind of like, well, whatever you get, you get. So we're getting the developer mixed and all the other chemical baths ready for the film to go in. These are dunk tanks. I'm pretty sure they're called Yankee dunk tanks. There's the film. Again, it's a 400 speed T-Max. And I really like the T-Max with the Rodinal. I think it's a good developer combo. Again, the Rodinal is a high acutance developer, so the edge definition is really sharp, or at least it gives the appearance of it being sharp. Got my notes. So usually I do Rodinal 1 to 50 for about 12 minutes. And I do 30 seconds constant agitation, and then every 3 minutes I do 4 inversions. So it's a semi-stand development. And as you'll see, so here we're in the dark. We've done our inversions. We've done our 10 minutes. So we're going to check the film. And as you see, it's dark. Very thin negative. And I knew this was going to happen, but I wanted that high f-stop, so whatever. I mean, by the way, whenever I get the film back and like just kind of Hail Mary it every time, it's really shocking, and it just doesn't make any sense. But so there's the portrait. It's tack sharp, but severely underexposed. So here we go. I'm taking it out of the final wash, putting it into a new wash bath. And I like to save my chemicals. We can reuse everything. Fixer is also, you don't want to throw fixer down the drain. So now we're going to do a couple water baths. So now that was at nighttime. I usually do my film processing at night. And then this is the morning. We're going to go check on the film. Reels, and these are Kodak 4A 4x5. You can also develop 5x7s on them, and it looks pretty good. I mean, it's dark, but at least it's sharp, and it's kind of cool. So now we're back upstairs, and we're labeling the sleeves. So now it goes into the scanner. It's a V600. I've literally had it since high school, but I just put the film straight on the glass, and the V600 actually scans 120. But if you can scan 4x5, you just got to do it in 2 different like slits, and then you just Photoshop them together. So this is the first half, and then I slide it over, and then I scan the second half. And yeah, you just merge them. Photoshop can automate it. I like to scan this stuff in really flat, kind of like a log. And I do all my tweaking in Photoshop. So this is just a detail. You can see like the Nike logo, like the embroidery on the back of the shoe, which is like 4x5 is like just insane. Doing some more. I didn't think I was gonna like the vertical one, and then the vertical one ended up being the best one. And then this is a little time lapse of just getting rid of the dust and scratches. Basically, I just make a new layer and I just hit the J tool and I just go to town on getting all the little dust and scratches off. And mainly it's just my scanner glass, I've realized. I mean, this thing's old, and in college I got really good at this. Like, everyone would just be in what we call the fishbowl, just cleaning their film. So I have it on a light box. I'm keeping it nice and clean, trying not to touch it. Here's a really dirty close-up of it using a loop, but at least you can see like the hairs on the beanie, which is like pretty cool. And so now we're back in the garage, and I'm using a little isopropyl alcohol, I'm using rubbing alcohol to clean the negative carrier, and this is a new enlarger I got. It's a Durst L1200 or LP. I think it's just the L1200. But anyways, these are actually different neg holders. They're just glass holders for, I think, a larger Durst, but I really like getting borders on my photos, so the regular Durst holders kind of crop it, and I figured out if you just sandwich the negative in any kind of glass and then just get it right up in there underneath the condensers, I'm able to get full borders, which is like something I'm super into. And yeah, using the grain focuser on a piece of paper so that you can adjust for the tolerance. So a little trick I learned. Those are the condensers. I think they're dirty because the print has some specs on it, but I haven't cleaned those. Oh, also shout out Anthony Acosta for the free enlarger. Pretty cool. Nice guy. This was his enlarger he said he had in his garage for like 20 years. I was checking for diffraction. It comes in around about f22, and you're really supposed to shoot optimum is like 2 clicks, so at like f11's pretty sharp. So this is a little close-up looking through the grain focuser, and you can see total definition. And this is pulling out. I mean, dude, like, what? It's crazy. I'm cleaning up my workspace from the film developing stage, mixing some fresh Dectol. I went to Freestyle and bought some new chemicals, because why not? I just keep them in water jugs. Here we got Kodafix, some new Kodak fixer. I haven't done paper developing in a minute. I've been doing a lot of film processing, and I just wanted to get separate chemicals for my film and my paper. Labeling everything so you don't put your A and your B and your B and your C. There's some fresh stop bath. It's yellow. And when it exhausts, it turns purple, so that's the good stuff. Pouring into the 8x10 tray. I should probably use an 11x14, but whatever. So we're all set up. The paper, it's Ilford multigrade fiber glossy go-to. We're doing our first test. We're doing our times just to see our strips, see what it's at. Those are 5 seconds with the one filter. 5 seconds looks good. There's the border. I love the border, how it looks. So we're going to go in and do a 5 seconds with the number 1 filter, contrast filter. And this is real-time development. We're going to put it in the developer in about 30 seconds. Boom. This is it in the fixer. Just looking at it, looks pretty good. You can turn the lights on halfway through the fix. Put it into some freestanding water so I can touch it. And then put it on the board. Damn, that thing's sharp. Crazy. Trying to get the silver off of it a little bit more. Just doing a little water bath. So that one's cool. That one's good enough. I'm going to switch the negatives to the portrait. Dusting our negative carrier and putting it back in my doohickey. Doing a 3 second and a 4 second because I kind of knew they're about the same exposure. Still dark, super dark, but sometimes you get a dark photo. Still cool though. And we're out of paper. Left it in the fixer a little bit longer, so maybe it'll not turn yellow. Okay, I'm going to clip them on clothes hangers, let them dry overnight. It's like 1 a.m. at this point. So, next day. Going in there, everything looks dry, nothing stuck together, looks good. So, I'm going to take them down, and I'm going to start prepping them for making them flat. Dry darker. They definitely dried a little darker too, but whatever. So I'm gonna put this in this iron thing, and then I put them back to back in wax paper so that the curl, hopefully they'll negate each other. And I'm gonna put them under some books, take them out nice and flat, and we're done. Put them on the refrigerator. Call it a day. 8x10. Daniel Shimizu, thanks again.